Alrighty, so some new decks have been made, as we see in the names. Now, a lot of these won't be able to have avatars. The big five didn't make an appearance in these games. Which is a shame. It would have been nice to have played them in the story mode, but no, it's just the way it was, I guess. So, Kaiba versus Noah. I did watch that part of the anime only last night as well. So, Noah's deck revolves around mostly spirit monsters, but his duel in the anime was quite weird because he kind of just went with like a really random assortment of cards and then out of nowhere just all these spirits. So that's what we've based Noah's deck around, is the spirit monsters plus those random ones he had in the anime, like that giant soldier of stone. Shinado's Arc as well. That's actually in the hand. It's not a monster on this, it's actually a ritual for King of a Higher Plane. Spiritual Energy Settle something, whatever that card was, that allows spirit monsters to stay on the field. It does have it's got a 500 life point cost, I believe it does, but it means you can keep the spirit monsters on the field. So Asura Priest has started off. Now this is just sort of an exhibition match. Kaiba's gone for fusion straight off the bat, and it looks like the twin-headed Thunder Dragon, which I believe Kaiba used in that duel. So the Spirit deck, on paper, it seems okay. It's a bit of a tough one to play because obviously they do go back to your hand if they're face up. It's a very strategic deck though. 300 points off Noah. And the twin-headed Thunder Dragon goes in for an attack. So we are deck testing mostly here today. There is also going to be Gansley's deck, and we're going to test Pegasus's new Toon deck against a couple of random opponents. Yamato no Kami. Is that what they said when Kami and Piccolo fused together in Dragon Ball Z, or when Piccolo got aced by Nappa and Kami disappeared? Itama no Kami. Don't go, Kami. We need you for the Dragon Balls. Okay, Shino Bird Pigeon. I am also just trying to read through some of these effects as well while they're actually on the screen, as well as Fissure has been drawn. Good play. Okay, get rid of Blade Knight, Yamato no Kami. If that destroys an opponent's monster, you can get rid of a magical trap on the opponent's field. And main phase 2, Fissure. Noah did use Fissure in the anime, and there goes Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, so good field turnaround by the spirits. Oh, there goes that's not a life point one. You have to discard from your hand. I thought that was a life point thing, but no. Alright, there's Slate Warrior. Now we did update Kaiba's deck a little bit as well. Kaiba started using different monsters when it got to the Noah's Arc. We started to see Slate Warrior, Spear Dragon, etc. So a lot of his old Duelist Kingdom cards that was in his deck for the Battle City series that we had here, they've been removed. Sword Stalker, Judge Man, for example, Ryugish Empowered, Grappler. So stuff like Spear Dragon's been added to Kaiba, Slate Warrior. Giant Germ is another one that he used. He'd use that with his Crush card. We took Sagi the Dark Clown out as well, which is a sad day. We all love Sagi. Alright, there goes Slate Warrior. Otohime. So yes, okay, that may have been a bit of an overlook there from Noah. Again, it is a test deck. It's literally the first time our players would have been using this deck, so Otohime would have been better off staying in the hand. However, oh yes, well that is why we're doing deck tests at the moment, to work out those nuances in play, as Vorse Raider is now on the field, so Noah will need something good here. Aratama, when that's normal or flip summon, you can add one spirit monster from your deck to your hand except Aratama. They're very Japanese sounding names, which is very cool. I actually started learning to write hiragana yesterday. Japanese writing. There's hiragana, there's, I think it's called katakami, and there's also kaijo, I think it's called. I might be getting that wrong, but I think that's what they were all called. Yeah, katakana, hiragana, and I'm sure the other one was kaijo. Oh, kanji. I think it might be called kanji. I don't know. I only just started writing it yesterday, so the names of everything are still going to stick with me for a little while. Okay, what card has been selected? That is Inzanami, I think that was called. Okay, you can special summon that by banishing cards from the graveyard. Or spirit monsters, probably, from the graveyard. That's a 2200, so that's not a bad card to use together in a combo play. 2200, that'll get back over Vorse Raider. So Kaiba's deck now has over 40 cards, as you may have also seen as well. He uses a lot of different cards in that Battle City and now Noah arc through the championship. So, I mean, the decks aren't limited to 40 cards. The max you can have is 60. So, yeah, we just broke the 40 card limit just for Kaiba's deck. I mean, we're not too worried about breaking the 40 card limit. I mean, obviously the least amount of cards in your deck the better, but we could have absolute marathon duels with a 60 card deck limit. As Kaiba, he's run out. He's got no cards in his hand. He's only got one on the field. And it's a good chance here for Noah to really get the buffer. So he's gone with Aratama again. He did have something stronger, but he can activate the effect of Aratama. We can see all the spirit monsters that Noah has available. Unfortunately, Yugioh, the bird one that Noah used in the anime, and is also a very good effect. Unfortunately, that's a banned card. And there's also a magic card that goes with that as well. But yes, Yugioh is a banned card. It's got a draw effect, and I think you can do an endless loop of drawing with it, which that's the way it is. Aratama activates its effect again. Yamato no Kami will come back to the hand. I guess with them coming back to the hand, it does make them difficult to destroy as well. Oh, there's Spring of Rebirth. That's a very handy card for Noah. Every time a monster returns from the field to the hand, Noah will gain 500 life points. We did see this in the anime as well. I mean, Kaiba still has just got that one face down card. The thing with Kaiba's deck, there are a lot of high level monsters in it. So having it, like, functionality wise, Kaiba's deck is actually quite difficult. It's definitely an anime design deck. It's not a real world design deck at all. Alright, Inzanami goes in for an attack. Okay, when that's summoned, you can discard to add a monster from the graveyard to the hand. There were no monsters in the graveyard, but I gotta admit, the spirit cards are really cool. I really like them. They all look really cool. They all have really cool names as well. There is Izanagi. It's covered. So they all have their sort of like unique effect that they can all deliver when they are summoned as well. Izanagi comes to the field. There's Great Long Nose as well. If this guy inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, your opponent skips their next battle phase. That's a very, very harsh effect if you can get some damage done with Great Long Nose. Now Kaiba's only got 2600 life points. If he can't block Noah's attack here, he will lose. So Aratama again. Now Dark Dust Spirit, I am familiar with that. I've got that on card as well. That was in the zombie structure deck. Dark Dust Spirit will destroy all your opponent's monsters when it's summoned to the field. So it's like a Raigeki effect. It's just that it's only 6 stars as well. It's only 1 tribute, which is also very good. And Spring of Rebirth, that will activate every time a monster comes back. Like, so you can stack up the 500 life point more than one time in one turn. Like with some cards with the effect only happens in like one instance, for example. Alright, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I'll go to comments, but I think I'll go to them in the Pegasus or the Gansley video, because Gansley's deck's got more familiar cards. There's Sebek's Blessing, Gradius, and Gradius Option as well. Gradius was something that Noah used in the anime. It doesn't really benefit the spirit monsters in any way though, but he did use it. Alright, Kaiba with the face down. Now, there is a note here left on this one. Oh, okay. Alright, Gradius Option. Looks like that's going to get called to the field. Kaiba went with the defense. He couldn't get over a 1200 attack. So Noah's got Aratama. That's the one which can call spirit monsters from the deck to the hand. Useful card as Des Feral. Oh, Kaiba went first. That's why it was in defense. The Gradius and Gradius Option both on the field. Gradius Option doesn't really give Gradius... That means like Gradius Option will be the one destroyed in battle instead of Gradius, but it's not really that good of a card. So Kaiba with X-Head Cannon. Kaiba didn't use them as much, those X-Head Cannon monsters. I think he might have used them after the Noah arc. Again, I'm actually watching out for where Kaiba might actually use those cards a bit more often. Shinobird Pigeon. Target one face-up monster on the field. That target is treated as a spirit monster. Does that mean it would go back? Yeah, I think it said in the text it'd go back to the owner's hand. Kaiba plays Hero. Is that Hero? No, Hebo. Hebo, Lord of the River. And he selects X-Head Cannon. So X-Head Cannon would go back to Kaiba's hand. However, Kaiba then would have field advantage because that spirit monster will go back to Noah's hand as well. Noah's activated Fissure just to get rid of X-Head Cannon. Alright, draw face of Kaiba. 4 in hand. And, oh, Z Metal Tank. Okay, there's Giant Rex. Noah played that in the anime. Giant Rex, we have seen that in Rex Raptor's deck, was added to give him a bit of just a bit of an attack buffer. It's 2000 attack, only 4 stars. It can't attack directly though, Giant Rex. Again, it's another one that doesn't really suit Noah's spirit monsters. So I mean, the duel he had with Kaiba was weird. Like for the first half of it, he was using just random cards, and then he just went full spirit mode and just had all these spirit monsters. He was also using that Shinado's Arc as well. Had a bit of an anime effect only when it was swallowing up all of Kaiba's monsters and stuff that were being destroyed. As is an army now in hand for Noah as well. But he goes with Aratama. So you'll be able to pull something else to the field now as well. That's Nikitama. That's not a bad effect. If you normal summon it, you can pull another spirit monster from your hand to the field. Or level 4 Laura, I think it was. But that's not a bad card. Alright, 800. Giant Rex can't attack directly. Sebek's Blessing, yes. If your monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct attack, gain life points. Gain the same amount, so not the most amount of life points he could have earned from it, but still activated. And Aratama goes back to hand. So Giant Rex holding the fort. And there's Thunder Dragon. And I will read the note left for me on this duel as well, and it says, would you believe us if we said that Kaiba is only holding level 5 or higher monsters? So that's why Kaiba isn't playing anything. It's because he can't play anything. It doesn't say specifically what he has, but high level monsters in his deck, obviously Blue Eyes, there's 3 of them in his deck. Hyozan Ryu, drawing a blank. What other high level monsters does he have? Was there any added that were 5 stars or higher? Oh, Thunder Dragon are in his hand as well. So that's at least potentially 4. He may even have 2 Blue Eyes, for example, as well. But all we do know is that Kaiba's hand is infested with level 5 or higher monsters, as Kaiba is down to 5,700. He's being whittled away by these spirit monsters. Again, it is just an exhibition, but so there's no season points or anything attached. As I'll tell you what, this spirit deck, when you draw the right cards in like the right order, along with like Spring of Rebirth, you can make a lot of tactical decisions and make it very difficult for your opponent. I like these spirit cards, they're really cool. Really, really cool. There's one. Hyozan Ryu has been thrown to the graveyard. Kaiba's still 6 cards in hand. All high level monsters. Big Tusked Mammoth was just another one that Noah played in the anime, as Nikitama is pulled to the field, so that'll get another spirit monster to the field as well. And Shinobird Crane is called forth, so 15 and 8 is 2,300. When that's summoned with no other spirit monster on the field, you draw a card. Oh, this monster... I was trying to read that. Yeah. Shinobird Crane's got something to do with the drawing effect. I think it might need to be on the field by itself with no other spirit monsters. And then you draw a card. There's Spring of Rebirth activating, so life points. Coming in 7 cards now in Noah's hand. So he chucks one, and it's Shinobird Pigeon. Kaiba now 7 cards. Surely he can play something. Oh, there we go. He finally got something. And oh, crush card. And it was, oh, there it is, Giant Germ. So, oh, he got rid of quite a few spirit monsters from Noah's hand. So the Giant Germ has been added to Kaiba's deck. In fact, I think I added 3 of them. So Kaiba could have more options with that crush card. That was the combo he played, or he tried to play against Noah, but Noah beat him to the punch in the anime. Shinobird Power Spot. The episode left with Noah taking control of Mokuba's body, which was kind of a dirty move, given that, like, you know, Mokuba was like, you know, offering basically to help him build your robot body for the real world, and Noah was still like, I think I'd still prefer your physical one, instead of, you know, Mokuba just being nice, and Noah still ripped him off. So that other magic card, that increases all spirit monsters by 500 points. And Aratama's effect can activate. So it is a deck that really does work quite well together. Kagu Tsuchi. Again, that's a strong one too. What's that, 2800? 2900 defense? Well, 13 is 26, so Kaiba will be beaten here. But it's a good intro to this deck. It works well together and can deliver some pretty good combos. But I think we've only just brushed the surface of that deck so far, so be plenty more to see from that deck coming up in the future as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll do Gans leads Duel next. So again, thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.